Patrick came to see me with severe pain in both shoulders that limited his ability to overhead squat and snatch. After working together for a few months, he was able to get back to lifting heavy again 100% pain-free. I want to share his rehab process with you today. Remember, most injuries in the gym are a result of movement and technique problems or inappropriate loads when lifting. Now, these movement or technique problems, often at the shoulder, are due to poor stability and or limited mobility. For the shoulder to be mobile enough to move overhead and keep the joint in an optimal position, we need a sufficient amount of lat flexibility. With his thumb towards the sky and shoulder in internal rotation, you can see I can move his arm to about his ear level. However, if I externally rotated his shoulder by pointing his thumb towards the ground, he quickly lost shoulder mobility, confirming we were dealing with a mobility restriction due to a lat flexibility issue because the lats are powerful internal rotators. Because there is so little bony contact in the shoulder joint, it inherently is one of the most mobile in the entire body. This means we need a sufficient amount of stability through the collaboration of all the muscles, big and small, that cross and attach to the arm and the shoulder blade to keep it safe. Many athletes who develop pain when lifting overhead do so because of a muscular imbalance, where the muscles on the front of the shoulder are much stronger than the muscles on the backside, particularly the mid and lower portions of the trap muscle. I had Patrick lie on his stomach and try to resist his arm being pushed down to the ground. You can see it was very difficult in a T position, and I could easily push his arm down with one finger in a Y position. I then tested his shoulder external rotation stability. Not only could I easily push his hands in, but this movement also recreated his shoulder pain. Again, through proper screening, we found that he was also therefore dealing with a shoulder stability deficit. We started our fixes that day by addressing mobility and flexibility. I had him start with some soft tissue mobilization with a lacrosse ball to the lat, pinning it down where it runs around the lateral armpit and moving his arm over the top. After 2 minutes, we then moved on to the box lat stretch. I cued him to keep his elbows tucked into a V position and then sit back and down, attempting to round his upper back and tuck his butt underneath himself until he felt a stretch near his lateral armpits. He held for 5 seconds and did 5 reps. We then retested his lat flexibility and noticed how much improvements he made. Here's a before and after the same test to show you the difference those two interventions made. To address his strength imbalances, we started with an external rotation W with a band rotating to the sides with his elbows tucked in close and holding for 10 seconds. I cued him to keep his shoulders back and down during the entire hold for 20 reps. Next, we did a prone lateral raise. Listen in on the cues that I gave him.
Now in this position, what we're going to do is a T, so you're going to go out to the side like this. But I'm going to show you how most people do it incorrectly, and I want you to let me know what it feels like. Okay. So I'm going to hold your shoulder blade down. Just bring your arm out to the side. Where's that pressure go?
I mean, kind of through the back of my shoulder.
Okay. Do you feel pain? That pain you were noticing before?
Tightness, but not pain.
Tightness, yes. But not pain. Okay, now come back down. Now, start this motion by taking the shoulder blade back and then going out to the side.
So much more open.
So much more open. Feels like it's more fluid, engaging the back of the shoulder muscles a little bit more.
Yeah.
So that's how you're going to do this motion. Okay? Now you're going to do the first just without any weight, just body weight alone. So it's retract and depress. Okay? Elbow stays straight. Then comes out to the side. Make sure that upper trap doesn't kick on too much. Very good. Squeeze your fist. You got a 5-second hold up here. These muscles should be on 5. Okay? And then you're going to come back down. Now your goal for today is a set of 10 for a 5-second hold. That's it.
Okay.
Body weight alone, this is going to be burning pretty good. But you've got mid back and sort of that low trap area right here. Okay, so retract and depress.
Is it okay that I'm kind of gripping here?
Okay. Keep that elbow straight when you do that. Good. Just shoulder blade alone, then out to the side. Perfect. Now just up to bar right there. You don't need to go too far. Okay. Set of 10, 5-second hold.
Last, we performed a diagonal pull called D2 flexion. I cued him to keep his shoulder blade down as the arm moved up and out at an angle, holding for 5 seconds at the very top and feeling for the muscles on the back of the shoulder turning on and working hard. After those exercises, we retested his overhead squat.
Okay, how do you feel after that?
Way better.
Way better? Okay, I'm going to go from the side view. Okay, and down. Okay, one more. Good. Okay, so tell me about how it feels.
It is way, my shoulders are looser and are able to get into that position a lot more comfortably.
Okay.
And there's no pinching feeling on the way down.
Okay, so took from, what was your pain at the start?
Pain was fluctuating between 5 and 7.
Okay.
That was 2 to 4.
Okay, so dramatically decreased with just those few interventions.
Yeah.
Showing us we're on the right path.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep.
So in our first visit, we were able to take a once extremely painful and difficult overhead squat and drastically decrease pain and improve movement quality, showing us Patrick was on the right path to kicking this injury and returning full go to his prior CrossFit training. Eventually, we got to doing some higher level stability drills like this lateral raise in an all fours position, some kettlebell windmills, as you can see right here, controlling the weight down and back up, and one of my favorites, and an exercise that he'll use as a warm-up from here on out called a prone angel or a prone swimmer with just some light weights. I then would have Patrick sit without shoes on in the bottom of a deep overhead squat, working on his capacity, balance, and really locking in his positioning. And as you can see, it looks much better and easier than that first time, and it's now 100% pain-free and ready to load up. So that same day we got some Olympic weightlifting shoes on and loaded up the bar progressively to this 135 pound squat, which is pretty heavy for him and 100% pain free.